there are great black people around. Just because you see many, let's say, whatever you're watching on TV or people that you're around does not mean that, not you per se, I'm just talking about in general, does not mean that there are not good people that you could be with.
You can get a good quality black man by using that same tip. You can lose the attitude and get a good black man, but when you use that type of language, you're backhandedly saying that black men don't deserve to be treated well.
I just disagree.
I know. Let's get somebody else here. Go ahead, Lady Di.
When you put the word black into it, you say that black girl attitude. It didn't have to be black girl. You could have just said lose the attitude. Then it would have been a point, because most women have attitudes. But you put the emphasis in saying bonquisha, whoever. Now you're saying somebody that's quote unquote ghetto. So you don't have to use those terms to make your point. So that's why, having those tips are not nice. It's not cool. It is disrespecting the black man, because you're basically saying, you black men, go ahead and deal with that. Instead of saying, hey, you all of you women should just stop doing it, period. And then be suitable for someone, anybody, if you want to, date interracially. Me personally, I have nothing against anybody doing it. For me, though, I like black men. I'm not, because like if I have kids with someone that's not me, black, then it's like I'm weakening our, culture. So that's me, though. That's how I feel. Can it happen? Yeah, it can happen. But you see, like my skin is light skin, right? Yeah. My mom is dark skin, right? If I had a child by a white man, then my child would be more fair skinned than me. And I was lighter than this. I just got more tan over the years. So I'm saying that, besides all of that, it's just going to weaken the culture, and we already need help. So if we just don't fix what we have in our community first, instead of going somewhere else, then I feel like, it's not really helping your black community. You have a black mother, father. I'm pretty sure most of your family is black. So it's kind of like, let's help each other out. You don't have to go outside of the race to do that. People do it all the time. But I think like you should try here first. There are great black people around. Just because you see many, let's say, whatever you're watching on TV or people that you're around does not mean that, not you per se, I'm just talking about in general, does not mean that there are not good people that you could be with. You can be with somebody. You just have to look a little harder. Those same qualities that you may find in that person, you could have found somewhere else. But because we have all of these stipulations with black men, you don't give black men a chance, but then you say, hey, accept all my kids. Then it's kind of like, why are you doing that? It's kind of like you should, all right, if I'm going to accept, if you want me to accept all of the kids, I need to accept what you have. Let your baggage match your standards, period. If you have baggage, get with someone that has baggage and y'all do that together. Instead of finding someone that's overqualified to even have you, period.
1 second, fantasy.
I think you're missing the
1 second, fantasy. Go ahead, so basically, what it's saying is black people in interracial relationships that downplay other black people in order to justify being in their relationship. And that woman clearly was gaslighting and clearly was virtue signaling and making it seem like, oh, women don't never do that. But black women often do that in these spaces and often downplay black men in order to justify them being with white men. That's just a fact. Now, that's not to say that Fantasy Island Girl does it, because I haven't heard you do that, Fantasy. I'll be honest with you. I've been on a lot of panels with you.
I've been on a lot of panels and I have not heard one woman do it. I haven't heard
wait. Stop. I can name 4 off the top, but they're not here.
Name them. That in these spaces, we've been on the same spaces.
Hold on. Robin M, PH Diva, Sugar Bum, and what's the other one?
The Souza. You can go on
in the crew. I like the Souza, but anyway, there's a bunch of people that do it in these spaces all day, every day, and we're all aware of them. I'm saying you have not done that, Fantasy, but there are a lot of women in these spaces that do it all day, every day.
You're right. I didn't think about the trolls as actual people, but they are. And I felt like they were just trolling when they were doing that, but maybe they're not. So maybe you're right.
You know the reason why they're doing it is because they really want to be with a black man so bad. They so
they don't even show their face. I don't even think they really believe that, Bruiser.
You know what the problem is? And this kind of starts.
Do you think that? Wait. Do you think that somebody just hiding behind a icon and saying outlandish things, they truly believe these things, or they're just saying stuff for attention?
Both.
Yeah, they want to be with a black man. That's why they're doing those things.
It's
You ever
Okay.
as a kid, you ever grew up, and this is a childish thing to do, right? You ever had a situation where you broke up with your boyfriend or something? You're a teenager or you're a kid, and then you go date another person, and then when you hand the other person that you was with, as a taunt or whatever. That's what it is. A taunt.
Bruiser, you know what the problem is with these with these situations? What that video demonstrated is another classic case of women trying to excuse what they do or eliminate the fact that they may do something, and then highlight men doing something wrong. And it happens all the time. It's the same reason why Nicole brought up the fact that she felt like these men are cheaters and everything else, but women who have multiple baby daddies and everything else should be given grace without any context as to the reason why they may have left that father, as the reason what kind of relationship they have, what she did wrong. But men are supposed to show all this grace when we're not even given grace. We're not even given enough grace to be told that, hey, we see that these things happen to both of us. We see that black men get downplayed to hype up white men, just like we see black women get downplayed to hype up white women. We can't even be given that type of grace in public. Where she went on a panel in front of the whole world and told them, yeah, black women don't never talk shit about their men when it comes to white men. It's only some shit that these Negroes do.
Lying like a rug. Man. Lying like a damn rug. Boy.
Nobody cares. When Serena Williams married a white guy, nobody. Men in large don't care. They don't. Right. They literally don't care. There's a small minority that is very loud and they talk a lot. But usually this is a woman problem. Either white woman, black woman, whatever woman. They like to have every option available. If the passport bros go outside, they complain. If the basketball player marry a white woman, they complain. If the post office guy, they never look their way, tries to go and date an Asian woman, they complain. Women complain about almost everything because they want the option there. They want one day to come around and say, oh my God, I have no options. But that guy that never wanted, now he's available. So
we watched
the same thing.
Let Precious go after you speak.
No, they want you.
They don't want me, but they just don't want me with my white man. They wouldn't care about me. I would just be another 304 that had an OnlyFans. But because if
you look like Auntie J, nobody would care about your white man.
Because I have a white man, now they're like, oh, fantasy, you need to leave your white man for me. If it was a normal man, they wouldn't say leave your black man for me.
Well, nobody checking
not a normal man, it was a black man.
When nobody checking for Donald Glover, and all of a sudden he became a part of the Black Women Haters Club just because he was with a white woman. He ain't never said nothing about women, black women. They made not nan bad comment about him, but he became a part of the Black Women Haters Club all because he was with a white woman.